Good Monday morning, everybody. Welcome back. You're watching the Kaiser Report. I'm John, coming to you with the weekend ending last night with a lot of fun, and to watch the football game where USA was the chant of the evening while Donald Trump attended after working a drive-through window and a fryer at a McDonald's. You can't get any more humorous than that, and anyone that's telling you that he's exhausted and can't make campaign stops is out of their minds. And as we watch the implosion, the pure implosion of the Harris campaign, along with our buddy Tim Walz, their attempt to continue to fool America is coming to a very, very abrupt stop. People are getting the idea right now about what's really going on, and what they will do for you will be no different than the last 4 years of the Biden-Harris administration that showed us exactly what she is capable of carrying on and completing at the job of vice president. So what would make anyone in their right mind believe that as president she's going to dramatically change and reverse all her recorded decisions on fracking, on the border, on the economy, the opportunity economy, the opportunity to fool people to think that they're going to get $50,000 if they open a new business, without bothering to tell people that it's going to be a $50,000 tax break over how many years. There is no, she has a platform of things that she wants to do, but no explanation of how to accomplish that or what the downfall sides are. And, well, she's losing it. The joy is gone from the teeth and giggles party that's out there right now. And it's not laughable what she is up against right now in the American population, realizing that we have 20+ million people that have illegally entered this country and have gotten rewards for doing such at the hands of this administration, not to mention the fact that our around-the-world diplomacy has disappeared. We have problems going on in the Middle East that have not been addressed properly by wink and blink and a nod, that's over there trying to tell Israel they need to have a ceasefire when they're on the verge of ending the terrorism brought to you by Hezbollah, Hamas, and the Houthi rebels and Iran. So their big plan for the future is more of the same, and they do not understand what they're doing. But that particular approach that she's taking about Donald Trump being too exhausted to go on. Here's a guy that is showing up at places in sometimes 2 and 3 different states on the same day. He's worked at a McDonald's now to prove that he understands or wants to understand what the small business in this country is going through. And what better way to go work a day at a McDonald's? And not only the fact that it's humorous, he does have a sense of humor, and I'm enjoying it. Elon Musk is enjoying it. Tulsi Gabbard is enjoying it. And RFK Jr. is enjoying it. And the other side is not very happy anymore. There's no joy there. Take a look.
I think the Democrats were crazy for saying that men have periods, but then I met Tim Walz.
Madam Vice President,
and
they're giving me a hard rap.
Well, I thank you for the time.
I thank you for the time.
Should never again have the behind the seal of the President of the United States. Never again. Never again. Never again.
How is that for an angry person? She was angry on the Bret Baier interview. She's angry all over now because she is falling behind. And the mainstream media would like to tell you that it's a neck-and-neck election process here. I don't see it happening that way, but the polls that they do are indicating otherwise, supposedly. So we'll have to wait and see what the results are, but early voting is at an all-time high. The get out the vote that's being pushed by Elon Musk is working. People are voting in some cases for the first time. The lackluster voters that do not go out and vote are being cajoled to go do that right now. And I'm happy to see the lines that are up for early voting in many states right now. I think Georgia has set an all-time record for early votes, and we'll see how the rest of the country goes. Gavin Newsom is out there making sure that you don't ever show a voter ID to vote, and I guess that's his attempt at getting illegals in there to vote and getting people that shouldn't be voting, and who knows what else is on his little mind. But this is a race right now that's coming down to a 2-week window right now as of today, and we'll see which way it goes. We have a campaign strategy that's out there and working. There's people on one side telling you exactly how they're going to accomplish this, that, and the other thing. And then we have someone that grew up in an average family is their answer. You get no answers without word salad from Kamala Harris. That has been a proven, shown fact. So if you're thinking of going out to vote for her because somebody's telling you that you're going to get free money, it's never going to happen. They don't have it to give to you because most of your illegal aliens have eaten up whatever surplus that was in the coffers, and most of that came out of, it looks like, FEMA, your Social Security, and probably every other state welfare help that the government gives. So look at that. So I don't think she'll be handing you a check for $50,000, and I don't think you're going to get a check immediately to buy a home for $25,000 while the home prices increase by $25,000 to $30,000. What are you getting from this administration? More of the same that you've watched for now over 3.5 years, happening to the economy, happening to the border, and happening to manufacturing in this country, which is leaving rapidly. And we have another candidate that's saying that he's going to bring it back here at all cost and make it great again. This is their slogan. And this is what he's promising, and the other side is promising you more of the same. And that's my rant for today, Monday morning. If you look at the fact that Kamala Harris has now managed to literally piss off the Catholics, the Jewish population, and the evangelical population of this country by turning her back on the words Jesus and so on and so on. You all know what happened at her minuscule rally that she sent those boys down the street to a smaller rally. I don't think so. You look at the Trump rallies are packed. You look at hers, she's hard-pressed to put 2,000 people in the same room. So they go to smaller venues, and she rants and raves, as you've seen in the clip I played earlier. It's old. It's not joyful in any stretch of the means right now, and she can bring in all of the rappers and Hollywood types and tell you this, that, and the other thing, but who believes any of these idiots anyway? It's the elite Hollywood population that's behind her, and who wants more of that? Certainly not the United States of America right now, where men and women all over this country are struggling paycheck to paycheck, and in some cases without a paycheck, because the economy is not what they tell you it is. Look at the announcement over the weekend was that Walgreens is going to close 1,200 stores. That puts a lot of people out of work. Every time a factory shuts down, or Tyson announces they're closing a plant, or this plant closes and that plant closes, guess what? That's unemployment. And in some cases, not good for the individual that relies on that paycheck to take care of an entire family. The educational system in this country is broken, needs to be fixed, and there's no addressing any of this coming out of the Harris campaign, and especially out of Tiny Tim Walz there, who they're trying to man up and make believe that this guy is a man's man. Look at the antics of him at any rally, and you'll quickly understand that there's a screw loose somewhere there, and there's a lot of screws loose with Harris, because she has never worked a day in her life to get promoted or been promoted through merit. And I'm not sure how she got to the position she did, but she's not capable of being a president. She's not presidential. Look at her at any of her campaigns and ask yourself, do you want to hear 4 years of nasal excuses out of her laughing mouth, and look at her teeth that long for 4 years, lying to you about everything, including the pictures in her book that Candace Owens has uncovered, and mainstream media won't touch any of this because they're in the tank for the Harris campaign, bought, signed, sealed, and delivered. Enough of politics for today. We took you for a little walk in the woods over the weekend, and I saw where a lot of people like that. You need to probably put away the politics out of your mind for a while and try to relax and pray for this country, pray for the candidates that are running, including Kamala Harris, because she needs all the prayers that you can garner for her, because she has really stepped on her hammer with the anti-religious stuff that she's pulled in the last week. So that's going to backfire on her, and that's going to eat her up, and we'll see where it goes from there. But there's a lot of unhappy Christian people in the United States today that don't like her attitude, and are turning her back on the Al Smith dinner alone has aggravated some people. So we'll see where that goes, and we'll see just how many of the current population of the United States that can legally vote feel about this. And that's coming, just a scant week after tomorrow. It's 2 weeks away from a decision. If we get the decision on the day of voting, we'll see. And then, of course, there could be another October surprise coming out of the evil Democratic machine that is going to implode if she doesn't get elected, because they have put every effort into destroying her running mate or her opponent in this particular situation, and all based on lies and lawfare and things that really shouldn't have been done. There's still, through mainstream media, lying about his exhaustion. I don't see any exhaustion in Donald J. Trump in the last week that I've been watching, because he's all over the place and he's doing what he says he's going to do, and he's talking to the people in barbershops, at McDonald's, in places where these people are struggling to stay in business or keep their business open in some cases, and he's listening to what the average man and woman have to say about business and economy as it exists in their areas today. And he's spending a lot of time in Pennsylvania. It's an important swing state, but also it's a state that has been hit by this economy, and they recognize it and they're listening. And if the person that tells them this is what we're going to do and this is how we're going to do it, they will get the vote. Not somebody that has a word salad of if this happens and that if this happens, maybe we can do it. No, we've seen for 4 years what the Biden-Harris administration has bought us, and we also see that it's going to be 4 more years of Biden-Harris if Harris gets elected. It's plain and it's simple as the nose on your face. It's there for you to see every day, and now they know that they've been uncovered, and then the anger starts to come out. And anger is not a good thing to be running on these days. The joy of the Harris administration is waning, and so is her chances of winning, in my estimation. But enough is enough, and that's the Monday Kaiser Report. The game was great last night. Congratulations to also the Dodgers for winning their bid for the World Series. That, I guess, takes place coming up very soon, and it'll be the New York Yankees against the Los Angeles Dodgers that used to be playing at Ebbets Field in Brooklyn, New York. Years ago when I was a kid, we had the New York Giants that were there at the Polo Grounds in New York. Then we had the Yankees, and then we had the Dodgers. They were the greatest days in baseball sports, in my estimation, that ever existed. And I had an uncle that was a Dodger fan. And I had a second uncle that was a Giants fan. And then, of course, my father, who was a hard-hitting Yankee fan. So I got to go to all 3 of those stadiums to watch these ball players play. And in the days of Roy Campanella and Moose Skowron and Willie Mays, they were amazing times. And they'll be amazing times again. We just need to put the cell phones down, the iPads down, and get more involved in sports. We were out every day until the street lights came on, playing stickball, imitating our baseball heroes, in some cases football heroes. And we had great exercise, and we didn't have a lot of sick people running around from sitting on a couch playing video games. Get out, get some fresh air, say a prayer, and breathe deep and pray that this country will get back to the days of greatness. And I think we have an opportunity to make that happen if we get out and vote early and get out and have your neighbors understand that they need to go vote. So if you have neighbors that are not entertaining getting out for a vote, take them for a ride down to a voting station and get them to vote. It's so important. You're talking about the continued existence of this great republic, the United States of America, and the survival of such. So make sure that all your friends and family vote and get them out to do it if it's possible for you. And you need to relax and understand that everything is going to be okay. There's a God looking out for this country and for all of us, and let's recognize that and go forth. Vote as you should, and keep your eye open for people that shouldn't be voting, and let somebody know if you see this happening. And with that, I wish you all a very, very happy Monday. I may throw another clip on the end of this just for your amusement. There's a lot of memes going around, so I'll probably run that. In fact, go ahead and take a look now.
Ooh, self-burn. Those are rare.
We can't afford. We can't afford
Turn that off.
4 more years of this.
She's intelligent and accomplished, and in fact was put in charge of the border. And look at how, okay, bad example.
That is called Bidenomics, and we are very proud of Bidenomics.
So I want to thank you all for being here. And now, who am I introducing next? Who's next?
That's it. I'm getting out of here.
And for whatever reason, Harris has never been popular. You can count the number of delegates she won in the 2020 primaries on one hand, as long as that hand has no fingers.
So with that, we're going to say, Kaiser and I will say, have a wonderful day. Stay strong. Stay safe. And stay tuned in to the Kaiser Report for Tuesday's report. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye now.